To the Wolfden Wrestling Podcast, episode number 8. We have our special guest returning here tonight. Very shortly. Before we get into that, we're going to get into our rumor roundup and news section of this video. We're going to start out with rumor roundup. We don't have very much rumors to talk about this time, but we have a lot of exciting news to share with you guys, so just stay put. Number 1, Ember Moon eclipse soon could be banned. This is happening because a few weeks ago, as I talked about, I believe in the last episode, that Billy Kay was taking on Ember Moon on NXT, and Ember had hit the eclipse on Billy Kay, and it injured her neck in some sort of way, and I think that, in a way, it is a very dangerous move. But I think that it was kind of an accident in a way. So I don't know, it's up in the air right now whether or not the move will be banned. But as of right now, last time I checked on Twitter, it is the number one tweeted thing about now banning the eclipse. So I think it could possibly be happening down the line. Number 2, 3 title changes supposed to happen at WrestleMania 33. Now I don't know exactly what titles they're talking about, but the rumors are stating that there will be at least 3 title changes at the WrestleMania pay-per-view, which is very, very, very likely because of the fact that WrestleMania is like the Super Bowl for wrestling fans. So it's very much possible that they could be kind of twisting the world around by doing that. Number 3, Naomi could be returning at WrestleMania as a surprise entrant in the SmackDown Live Women's title match with Alexa Bliss. If this is the case, I think it's very much possible for Naomi to win back the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. But if she doesn't come back, it's going to be kind of sad because, I think Naomi honestly did deserve to hold the championship and deserve to have it. It sucks that she had to vacate it as soon as she did. Number 4, John Cena should be soon taking time off. Now, this, in a way, I think has something to do with WrestleMania because the rumors are stating that John Cena will be proposing to Nikki Bella at WrestleMania. So, if that's the case, this could be because of that. If it does happen, I could see why he would to help plan a wedding. But I don't know sure if that's going to happen or not. But if it does, it's good for Nikki and John. Now let's get into our news portion of this video. Eric Lee Grand is getting the Warrior Award, which congratulations. I think he is very, very, very well deserving of the Warrior Award. Alberto El Patron forced to relinquish the world title on Impact Wrestling. I think this was in a way wrong because, yes, I can understand winning the title in a way that proves yourself in a way. But I think Del Rio only did something that Lashley himself was going to do. But then again, they turned around and gave it back to Lashley. Like I'm not being rude. He lost fair and square. So Del Rio should be the champion. That's just my opinion. Anyways, leave your comments down below what you think about this thing. Number 3, LAX returned to Impact Wrestling. So LAX, the Latin American Exchange, is a fantastic stable or group or whatever you want to call them for Impact Wrestling. And I think that they are going to take the Impact Wrestling tag team and Impact Wrestling back to the greater heights the Impact really wants to be. Number 4, John Cena is inducting Kurt Angle in the WWE Hall of Fame. I think this was pretty much self-explanatory. Everyone kind of knew that Cena was in the running to be inducting Kurt Angle in the Hall of Fame. So it's very much possible that's why. Number 5, WWE signs Japanese star Kairi Hojo. I could be pronouncing that wrong. I apologize if I am. But I mean, I think it's great. I mean, WWE has fantastic Japanese wrestlers now, like Akira Tozawa, Asuka, um, and many others. I think it'd be great to see another one come in and maybe show some things that they got during their time in Japanese wrestling style. Number 6, the APA, or Acolyte Protection Agency, or John Bradshaw Layfield, or JBL, and Ron Simmons are will be inducting Teddy Long in the WWE Hall of Fame, which is great news because Teddy Long deserves to have someone that truly embodies wrestling, induct him in the championship match, induct him in the WWE Hall of Fame. So good for him. Number 7, Jim Cornette inducting the Rock and Roll Express in the WWE Hall of Fame, which is great news. I mean, I didn't understand who would really induct them to begin with. I'm not being rude, but that's what I think. I think that they found a good person because I don't really know much about them, so I can't really say much really about them. At number 8, Bree and Daniel naming their daughter Birdie, which obviously is a unique name for their daughter. I think that it fits both her, Brie Bella, and Daniel Bryan's name standards. So hey, I mean, if it does that, then it does that. So, anyways, before I get into our questions with our guests, I want to say our spotlight wrestlers real quick. For Raw, last Monday Night Raw, remember this is previously recorded. Last Monday Night Raw, the spotlight wrestler goes to Mick Foley, who was a part of a scene where he had to choose who was getting fired from Monday Night Raw. Well, he said the only person that deserves to be fired from Monday Night Raw is Stephanie McMahon, which was absolutely savage moment for him, by the way. And then Triple H came out, and him and Stephanie and Mick Foley got into an altercation. Mick Foley did the mandible claw to Triple H. Well, then Stephanie low blowed him, and Triple H was going to go after him again. Well, Seth Rollins came out, and those two got in a fight, blah, 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 blah. The end. Anyways, the point of the matter is Mick Foley did what I think was a savage moment, and I think that's why I gave him the spotlight for this episode. SmackDown Live, AJ Styles, another wrestler that I think was absolutely savage. AJ Styles attacked Shane McMahon on SmackDown Live. I don't blame him in a way. He attacked him because he was frustrated because he did earn his way into WrestleMania title match, but then it got taken away from him because of Randy Orton, and then, well, wasn't even on WrestleMania. Well, then now he is, but WWE kind of contradicted himself in a way. It's storyline, obviously, but Daniel Bryan fired AJ Styles, part of a storyline, on TV. Well, then, not even an hour later in the same episode, Shane McMahon came out and said, even though he was attacked by AJ Styles, he was still hurt. He said AJ said he doesn't have a match at WrestleMania. Now he does. So they contradicted themselves there. So I think that's why I gave AJ the thing. NXT, I gotta give it to Cassius Ohno. Cassius Ohno gave a great run for the NXT World Heavyweight Championship. Against the glorious Bobby Roode. But he came out on the losing end. I honestly think that was just because Nakamura and Roode's rivalry is still going on. And Nakamura and Roode are supposed to be fighting at the next NXT TakeOver. So I think that's why, but I think Cassius will have his time. And then on TNA, LAX. LAX came back and they took over. I mean, they took over the tag team division in a way. So I think that's why I gave it to them. Now let's welcome in our guest, Shawna Palm, for her questions. Hit the right button, Mom.
I did.
Okay. What do you think of LAX returning to TNA?
It's awesome.
Do you think AJ Styles was wrong for attacking Shane McMahon?
No.
Do you think Impact was right to have Alberto El Patron give up the title?
In some way, yes. In some way, no.
Do you think Impact was right to... what is your thoughts of the WWE Warrior Award?
I like it.
Do you think John Cena is the right person to induct Kurt Angle in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Do you think Ember Moon's Eclipse finisher should be banned?
No.
How do you feel about what happened to Mick Foley on Monday Night Raw?
A disgrace.
How do you feel about this year's Hall of Famers?
I agree.
And do you think that, or who do you think should be inducted next year? One person.
Oh my God, there's so many. I'm not really sure about that one.
That was our guest, Shawna Palm. She was answering questions that I kind of talked about today, some of the topics I talked about today. Anyways, with that said, I'll see you guys all next week for episode 9 of the Wolfden Wrestling Podcast with more rumor roundups and news and spotlight wrestlers for this week of wrestling. Who do you think should be inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame? Leave your comments below. Also, leave your comments for who do you think that do you think TNA was wrong or Impact Wrestling was wrong for making Del Rio or El Patron, whatever you want to call him, relinquish the WWE or TNA World Heavyweight Championship? Anyways, with that said, have a great day and peace.